Welcome to Rare Coin Master, where every coin tells a story and every story could be worth a fortune. Let's uncover the rare, the valuable, and the extraordinary, one coin at a time. Every once in a while, a coin comes along that completely redefines the way collectors look at history, rarity, and value. The United States of America 5-cent coin from the year 2000 is one of those extraordinary treasures. At first glance, it seems like nothing more than a simple nickel, a piece of everyday change that countless people handled without thinking twice. But beneath its common appearance lies a fascinating story that connects history, artistry, and rarity in a way that makes it one of the most coveted coins among modern collectors. And today, its journey has reached a point where its worth has soared into the millions. The year 2000 was a moment of transition. It was the beginning of a new millennium, a symbolic passage into the future that carried with it both excitement and uncertainty. Every piece of history created that year took on added meaning, and coins minted in 2000 became a part of that symbolic moment. The 5-cent coin carried with it all the weight of that change, quietly embedding itself into the story of a nation stepping into a new era. The obverse of the coin continued the long-standing tradition of honoring President Thomas Jefferson, whose portrait had graced the nickel for decades. By 2000, Jefferson's image was already iconic, a symbol of democracy, intellect, and leadership. His presence on the coin connected the dawn of the new millennium to the enduring values of the American Republic. For the everyday person, it was a coin that passed from hand to hand without a second thought. But for collectors, the details of Jefferson's portrait, its sharpness, strike quality, and preservation, were elements that defined rarity and potential value. On the reverse, Monticello stood proudly, the home of Jefferson and an enduring symbol of architectural beauty and history. The design, simple yet elegant, had been part of American coinage for generations. In 2000, that reverse carried a sense of continuity, linking the past to the present. But what truly makes the 2005-cent special isn't just its familiar design, it's the story of how certain coins from this year came to be so rare, so exceptional, and so valuable. Millions upon millions of nickels were struck in 2000, and most of them lived the life of an ordinary coin. They jingled in pockets, clinked in cash registers, and eventually wore down with scratches and dents. These common coins still exist today, and they remain worth their face value. But a select few never followed that path. Instead, they were preserved in pristine condition, untouched by circulation. Some were struck with extraordinary precision, producing flawless details and mirror-like surfaces. Others were part of rare minting errors that accidentally created coins unlike any others. It is these rare survivors that have captured the imagination of collectors worldwide. Error coins, especially from the year 2000, have become legends in their own right. Some examples include off-center strikes, double strikes, or even rare planchet errors where the coin was struck on the wrong metal. These mistakes, which should never have left the mint, slipped into the hands of the public and later became prized finds. For collectors, these error coins are like winning the lottery, unique pieces of history that are worth a fortune precisely because of their rarity. The condition of a coin also plays a critical role in its value. In the world of numismatics, the grading system determines how much a coin is worth. A circulated 2005 cents might only be worth its nominal value, but a coin graded as mint state, especially in the highest categories like MS67 or higher, becomes exponentially more valuable. Collectors prize the sharpness of detail, the brilliance of the luster, and the absence of flaws. When a 2005 cents meets these standards, it transforms from pocket change into a rare artifact worth thousands, or in some cases, even millions. What makes the 2000 issue especially captivating is the timing. Being minted at the very start of a new millennium gave it a unique historical significance. Collectors often attach symbolic value to dates like 1900, 1950, or 2000, because they represent turning points in history. For the 2005 cents, its association with the new millennium amplified its importance, creating a demand that continues to grow today. Stories began to circulate among collectors about certain 2000 nickels selling for astonishing sums. Auction houses reported bidding wars that drove prices higher and higher. Dealers highlighted examples in flawless condition, and articles in numismatic journals cemented the coin's reputation as a modern rarity. Suddenly, what once seemed like an ordinary coin became the subject of intense fascination and desire. Part of the appeal of this coin is that it represents the possibility of hidden treasure. Imagine holding a handful of nickels, unaware that one of them could be worth a fortune. That idea alone has inspired countless people to take a closer look at their change, searching for that one extraordinary find. The 2005 cents has become a symbol of discovery, proof that even in the modern age, numismatic treasures can still be hiding in plain sight. As time has passed, the value of this coin has only continued to climb. Collectors now see it as a must-have piece for any serious collection, and its scarcity in top condition has pushed its price into the stratosphere. The mystique surrounding it grows with every story of a remarkable auction or a lucky discovery, fueling the excitement of those who dream of owning one. And today, we stand at a point where the value of the 2000 United States 5-cent coin in rare, pristine, or error form has reached an incredible milestone. While common examples remain ordinary, the rarest of them all, the coins that combine history, condition, and rarity, are valued at a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. That's right, a coin once worth only 5 cents is now one of the most valuable treasures in modern numismatics. This transformation from pocket change to million-dollar rarity is a story that captures the imagination like few others. It reminds us that history is everywhere, even in the smallest objects. It teaches us that value can hide in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. And it proves that for those with a keen eye and a love of history, the rewards can be beyond imagination. So the next time you come across a simple nickel from the year 2000, take a closer look. Examine its details, check its condition, and think about the journey it has taken. You might just be holding something extraordinary, a piece of history that could change your life. After all, the story of the 2005 cents coin is one of hidden value, rare discovery, and unbelievable fortune. And perhaps, the next chapter of that story is waiting in your very own hands. In the vast history of American coinage, every piece of currency tells a story, not just of value, but of culture, heritage, and the moments in time they represent. Among the coins that quietly pass through our hands, few are as enduring and fascinating as the 5-cent coin, better known as the Jefferson Nickel. Today, we are diving deep into a coin that might look ordinary at first glance, yet holds a story filled with heritage, design brilliance, and surprising collector value, the United States of America 5-cent coin from the year 2001. The Jefferson Nickel has been part of American life since 1938, when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. Its introduction marked not just a change in design but also an era of honoring one of the nation's most influential founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, whose vision and leadership shaped the America we know today. By 2001, the Jefferson nickel had already been in circulation for over 6 decades, becoming a cornerstone of U.S. currency. It was a familiar piece, tucked into pockets, exchanged at counters, and collected in jars across the country. Yet beneath that familiarity lies a depth of history and artistry worth exploring. The obverse side of the 2001 nickel features the distinguished portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence and the nation's third president. His gaze, confident yet thoughtful, reflects the ideals of liberty and democracy. Designed by Felix Schlag back in 1938, Jefferson's profile had undergone slight refinements over the decades, but the 2001 version still carried that classic, timeless representation of the man who shaped America's identity. Collectors appreciate this design because it connects directly with the nation's early ideals, reminding us that coins are not just currency but living symbols of history. Flipping the coin over, the reverse design showcases Monticello, Jefferson's beloved home in Virginia. This architectural masterpiece not only served as his residence but also as a reflection of his intellectual curiosity, artistic vision, and deep love for classical design. Monticello has appeared on nickels for decades, making it one of the most recognizable reverse designs in U.S. coinage. On the 2001 nickel, the detailed engraving captures the elegance of this neoclassical structure, a symbol of Jefferson's creativity and the enduring legacy of his contributions to American life. Minted in two main locations, Philadelphia and Denver, the 2001 Jefferson Nickel saw widespread production. Millions were struck for circulation, ensuring the coin was accessible to nearly every American. Philadelphia coins bear no mint mark, while Denver coins carry the D mint mark. Though common at first glance, the differences in condition and rarity among these coins can transform an ordinary pocket change nickel into a sought-after collectible. For example, coins that remain in pristine, uncirculated condition or those with striking errors hold a much higher value than their worn, everyday counterparts. Errors, as always, tell their own intriguing tales in the world of numismatics. In 2001, some Jefferson nickels displayed slight misstrikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks, each adding uniqueness and appeal to collectors. These minting quirks transform what was intended to be a mass-produced coin into a one-of-a-kind treasure. Such coins often command significant premiums in auctions and private sales, as they combine history, rarity, and the charm of imperfection. What makes the 2001 nickel especially appealing to collectors today is its place in the timeline of design changes. Just a few years later, in 2004 and 2005, the U.S. Mint introduced new designs as part of the Westward Journey Nickel series, celebrating the bicentennials of the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark Expedition. This meant that the 2001 issue was among the last of the classic Jefferson Monticello nickels before the transition. As such, it holds special significance as the end of an era, making it more desirable for those who want to preserve a complete history of American coinage. Collectors also evaluate these coins by grade, with higher grades commanding greater attention. A 2001 nickel in average circulated condition might be worth face value, but when preserved in mint state grades, such as MS65 or higher, it can become a gem for serious numismatists. Sharp details in Jefferson's hair, clear strike lines on Monticello, and an overall lustrous surface make high-grade examples of this coin highly attractive. Over time, their value has steadily grown, especially as more collectors recognize the importance of coins minted just before a major design change. Beyond its monetary value, the 2001 nickel also carries emotional resonance. For many people, coins like this one remind them of specific times in their lives. Maybe it was the coin given as change at a corner store, the nickel saved in a piggy bank, or the piece discovered years later at the bottom of a drawer. Each coin, while identical in design, holds personal stories for those who carried and used it. That sentimental connection makes the 2001 nickel more than just a collectible, it becomes part of individual and shared histories. The marketplace for coins has only fueled this fascination. Over the years, auctions and online platforms have revealed that collectors are willing to pay handsome prices for high-grade or rare error versions of the 2001 nickel. While most remain affordable, standout pieces have crossed into the territory of being worth thousands. The passion for coin collecting, after all, isn't always about the most ancient or the most exotic pieces, it's also about finding beauty and rarity in the coins that once jingled casually in our pockets. When we consider why this particular year stands out, it's important to remember its context in American history. The year 2001 was a pivotal time for the United States, filled with moments of triumph and tragedy that reshaped the nation. Holding a coin from that year is like holding a piece of that history, a reminder of resilience and unity. It makes the 2001 nickel not only a collectible but also a cultural marker, forever tied to the emotions and events of its time. As the years pass, coins like the 2001 Jefferson nickel become increasingly valuable, not only because of their rarity and high grades but also because of the stories they carry. Collectors treasure them as part of complete sets, as pieces of American artistry, and as artifacts of history. The fact that so many were minted does not diminish their significance. Instead, it challenges collectors to hunt for the best preserved, most unique examples among the millions, and now comes the moment collectors and viewers alike have been waiting for: the surprising value of this coin today. While the vast majority of 2001 nickels remain worth their face value of 5 cents, there are exceptional pieces, uncirculated, perfectly preserved, or struck with rare minting errors, that have reached impressive heights in the collector's market. Some of these coins have been valued at $34,000, a staggering amount for a coin that was once so common. Imagine finding such a treasure hidden in a coin jar or passed down in a family collection. That is the magic of numismatics, the discovery that something ordinary can hold extraordinary worth. So the next time you come across a 5-cent coin from 2001, don't dismiss it as just another nickel. Take a closer look. Examine the details of Jefferson's profile, study Monticello's design, check for mint marks, and look carefully for signs of unusual errors. Who knows, you might just be holding a piece of history worth tens of thousands of dollars. It's a reminder that coins are not just money, they are time machines, storytellers, and hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. In the story of American coinage, there are few coins as deeply familiar to the public as the 5-cent piece, more commonly known as the Jefferson Nickel. For generations, it has circulated through shops, diners, and households, so ordinary in appearance that most people never stop to look closely. Yet, the truth is that every nickel has a story to tell, and some, like the Jefferson Nickel from 2002, carry a tale of history, artistry, and surprising value that many overlook. Today, we'll uncover the fascinating journey of this coin, a small piece of metal that connects us to America's past and has, in rare cases, become worth tens of thousands of dollars. The Jefferson Nickel was first minted in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and was created to honor one of the most influential figures in American history, President Thomas Jefferson. Designed by German-American artist Felix Schlag, the coin quickly became a staple of U.S. currency. By 2002, it had been in production for over 6 decades, serving not just as a piece of currency but as a living tribute to Jefferson's enduring legacy. It was one of the final years before the significant design changes introduced in 2004 with the Westward Journey Nickel series, which means that the 2002 issue stands as one of the last classic Jefferson Monticello nickels, making it particularly interesting for collectors. On the obverse side of the 2002 nickel, we find Jefferson's portrait, facing left. Schlag's design shows him with a thoughtful and dignified expression, a leader whose ideas helped shape the foundation of the United States. His profile isn't just a portrait, it's a reminder of democracy, liberty, and the bold spirit of the nation's early days. The word liberty, written in Jefferson's own handwriting, graces the coin alongside the national motto, "In God We Trust," as well as the date, 2002. Every detail serves as a tribute to a man whose vision extended far beyond his lifetime. Turning the coin over reveals Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia. Monticello was not just a residence, it was a masterpiece of architecture and design, a reflection of Jefferson's creativity and intellect. The coin's reverse captures the elegance of this neoclassical structure, with its domed roof, columns, and balanced proportions. Above it is the word Monticello, beneath it the words 5 cents and United States of America, and at the top, the motto E Pluribus Unum. This design remained largely unchanged for decades and became one of the most iconic images in U.S. coinage. In 2002, these nickels were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with mint marks distinguishing the two. Philadelphia coins bear no mint mark, while Denver coins carry the D mint mark. Both mints struck millions of nickels that year, ensuring they circulated widely across the country. To most people, they were simply everyday change, used in vending machines or tucked away in jars. But for collectors, details such as mint marks, condition, and errors can turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. Errors are one of the most fascinating aspects of coin collecting, and the 2002 Jefferson Nickel is no exception. Some coins from this year show off-center strikes, die cracks, or double die errors, each of which adds rarity and uniqueness. These imperfections, which happen during the minting process, are highly sought after because they create one-of-a-kind coins. For collectors, an error transforms a coin into a true treasure, often multiplying its value far beyond what anyone might expect for such a common denomination. Condition, of course, is key in the world of numismatics. A well-worn 2002 nickel may still hold sentimental or historical value, but it won't command a high price. On the other hand, nickels preserved in mint-state condition, those that show no signs of wear, retain their luster, and exhibit sharp details, are far more desirable. Grading services assess these coins on a scale from circulated to mint state, and those at the top grades, like MS66 or MS67, can reach impressive values. Collectors are always hunting for coins that not only represent history but also display beauty in their preservation. The year 2002 itself carries weight in American memory. It was a time when the nation was adjusting to a new era, navigating challenges and transformations that shaped its culture and economy. Holding a nickel from that year is like holding a fragment of that time, a reminder of resilience and continuity in the face of change. Each coin minted in 2002 is more than metal, it's a marker of the era in which it was created and used. Beyond their historical context, 2002 nickels are part of the broader story of American coinage evolution. Just 2 years later, in 2004, the Jefferson Nickel underwent dramatic design changes to honor the bicentennial of the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark Expedition. This makes the 2002 nickel one of the last issues of the classic Monticello design before the transition. Collectors value these final chapter coins because they close an era, offering a sense of completeness when building sets that span multiple design periods. What keeps collectors so fascinated by coins like the 2002 nickel is not just their design or rarity, but also the thrill of discovery. Imagine sorting through a handful of change and suddenly spotting a coin with a perfect strike, a rare error, or near pristine condition. For many, that simple moment of finding something special is what fuels the passion of numismatics. The 2002 nickel has become part of this excitement, offering surprises to those willing to look closely. The marketplace reflects this fascination. While many 2002 nickels remain worth only their face value of 5 cents, certain examples have sold for remarkable sums. Online auctions and coin shows have recorded prices that climb into the thousands, especially for those rare error coins or high-grade specimens certified by trusted grading services. The value, of course, depends on a combination of factors: rarity, condition, and collector demand, but it demonstrates that even a coin as ordinary as a nickel can achieve extraordinary worth. The emotional connection also plays a role in its appeal. For some, the 2002 nickel might bring back memories of childhood savings, a purchase made at a corner store, or even a collection started with a parent or grandparent. These coins carry personal stories as much as national history, which adds an intangible layer of value. Collectors often say that a coin's worth isn't measured only in dollars but in the memories and meaning it holds. As time passes, the 2002 Jefferson Nickel will only grow in significance. Its role as one of the last classic issues before a major redesign, its connection to Jefferson and Monticello, and its potential for rare errors and high-grade conditions all combine to make it a coin worth noticing. Whether you are a serious collector or simply curious about the coins in your pocket, the 2002 nickel offers a window into history and a chance to discover hidden treasures. And now, the moment that captures everyone's imagination: the value of this coin today. While the majority of 2002 nickels remain everyday 5-cent pieces, certain rare and exceptional examples have stunned collectors and dealers alike. High-grade versions, rare errors, and perfectly preserved specimens have been valued at up to $54,000. That's right, what was once pocket change has, in rare cases, become a small fortune. The thought that such a treasure could still be hiding in a coin jar, a cash drawer, or a family collection makes the hunt all the more thrilling. So the next time you come across a Jefferson nickel from 2002, don't be too quick to dismiss it. Take a closer look. Study Jefferson's profile, inspect Monticello, check for mint marks, and keep an eye out for unusual details. You might just find that you are holding a piece of history worth far more than its face value. Coins like this remind us that history lives in the smallest things we carry every day, and that sometimes, the most ordinary objects can reveal the most extraordinary stories. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more amazing coin stories.